Hi guys, Jamie Humphries here for Six String Alliance, and today we are taking a look at two of the Elliott Randall guitar solos from the classic Steely Dan track, Reelin in the Years. So I've just taken part in a video over on Produce Like a Pro where we were looking at the intro solo and the main solo from Reelin in the Years as performed by Elliott Randall. Now Warren and I decided that we thought that these would be two great examples to put onto the Six String Alliance channel and break them down in a little bit more detail than we did over on the Produce Like a Pro video. Now Reelin in the Years is without a doubt one of Steely Dan's most popular tracks and is taken from their 1972 album Can't Buy a Thrill. Now the track features guitar solos recorded by session guitarist Elliott Randall, who was brought in to record the intro melody, the main solo and the outro solo. Now when Elliott turned up to the session, he was flown in, he turned up with his guitar, which is a 1963 Fender Stratocaster with a Gibson Humbucker in the neck, only to discover that there was no guitar amps at the studio. So they had to improvise ever so slightly. The only amp that was there was an Ampeg bass amplifier with an 8x10 cabinet. So the guitar solo tone that you hear is literally a driven bass amplifier, but it has this incredibly unique tone that just absolutely fits the track. Now, Led Zeppelin legend Jimmy Page has even said that the main guitar solo is his most favourite guitar solo of all time. Now, I experimented with a couple of different ways of getting this tone, but when this video came up, I was actually halfway through a commission for IK Multimedia. I do a lot of work for IK Multimedia, and I was producing some new presets, and one of those presets happened to be the Reelin in the Years tone. So I've used Amplitude 5, and I've used an Ampeg bass amp. I've put a booster in front of it, obviously using modeling. You have to, use a little bit of creative license, or display a bit of creative license, should I say. So I've just driven the front of the model of the amp with a virtual booster, with a model booster, and I'm using a single 414 microphone on the 8x10 cabinet. And I've also done a little bit with the EQ just to try and get that sort of harsh, quite thin tone that you hear on the original. Now, the solo itself is predominantly based around the A minor pentatonic scale. There's some A major pentatonic and also a healthy dose of A mixolydian. We're going to be playing between the chords of G major and A major, so it has a 4 to 5 chord progression. So we're going to be using notes from the D major scale, but also on occasions Elliott really outlines the chords with A major triads and also G major triad. Now something to bear in mind here is that both of these were one take solos. They hit record and off he went. There are some fantastic lines and there is a real consistency with groove. So really pay attention to that swung rhythm as well. It's a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 and groove. You know, it's not very straight. You've really got to be able to sit in the pocket with some of these licks and lines. Okay, so let's kick things off with the intro solo. We start off coming in on the and after 1. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. We have this little pull-off figure going from 7, 6 and 5 on the B. Restrike that 5. And then we go back up that chromatic figure again. And then we cut off that 5 on the top E, back to the 5 again to the 7 on the B. So we have this. And then we have this figure, 5 to 7 on the top E, some mutes, and then we're going to change position and slide from 5 up to 7 with your third finger. Playing 5 on the top E. Hammer on and pull off 5, 7 on the B. Then back 5, 7 again. There you're pulling that 5 of the G slightly sharp, sort of hinting at minor to major third, creating a bit of tension and release. Resolving to that 7th fret of the A. Let's have a look at that intro part first of all, that first segment of the solo. Okay, here we're sliding into A major pentatonic. So it's sliding 7 up to 9 on the A, 7, 9 on the D. So then we have this next figure where you're picking the 9th fret D, hammering on the 10th, pulling off to the 9th, and then pulling off to the 7th. You just repeat that. Then we have some double stop. Okay, you're barring across the 7th fret of the A and the D and hammering onto the 9th fret A. Okay, and there you're resolving to that 7th fret A. Sliding down 5 to 4 on the A. Open A. Open E. 2nd fret E. Open A. And then we have this. So there you're outlining the A chord with an inversion of the A triad. So you're playing 4 on the A, 2 on the D, 2 on the G. So that whole portion. Okay, here we're really outlining the G chord. Well, to start off with, we're going to play a G triad. Then we're sliding into a 6th interval. Okay, so you're sliding from 5 up to 7 on the G string and then playing the B note, which is the major third of G on the top. Then we slide from, I guess from F, you're sort of sliding from nowhere really, into that 12th fret G and playing the 10th fret at the top E. So you're playing a 5th there, but again, you're playing this, outlining the G major triad on the top E string. And then we have this little sliding from 14 up to 15. Then play 16 on the G, back to 15 on the top E. Now here we're going to descend down through the A Mixolydian scale. So we're going... You're picking 15 slide to 14, re-pick 14, then pick 14 slide to 12, and re-pick, and then we're going to play the same figure but switch over from a triplet rhythm to 16ths. So you're descending 12 to 10, 10 to 9, 9 to 7, 7 to 5, sorry, 5 to 3, 3 to open. So you get something like this. Now this next bit, I found this really tricky to play. You're outlining a G major chord. You're playing through a G major arpeggio. This really awkward little pattern, the way that you're arpeggiating the arpeggio. So you're playing 3 on the top E and B, 4 on the G, 3 on the B, to 5 on the D. All with alternate picking, and it's a very straight rhythm. And then you're playing 5 on the A to 5 on the D. And here we have this little chromatic pattern from the B note. So 2, 3, 4, 5 on the A. 5 on the D. Open A. And that open A allows you to get into the next position. So you have this. And then we have a little bluesy. Okay, there you're sliding into 7 on the D, playing 5 on the G, bending that slightly sharp, down to 7 on the A, down to 5, down to 4, and then an A chord, or an A5 chord, should I say, to finish. Okay, let's play that entire first solo through at a slow tempo. Here we go. Okay, so now let's take a look at the second solo. This is the solo that you hear in the middle of the track. And once again, we're playing over the same chord progression. We enter in with this large 1.5 bend on the 12th fret top E. Then we're sliding 9 to 10 on the top E. And then 7 to 9, down to 5, all on the top E. Then we have this little chromatic, which is that 5, 6, and 7 on the B. Then you're playing the 5th fret of the B, sliding up to 7. So we play the 5th fret of the G and we bend that a quarter tone. We play the 7th fret A twice, sliding up to 9 on the A and then playing 7 on the D twice. So we're sliding into A major pentatonic there. We play the 7th fret D again, and then we play an open A. So you get this. Now this is also another very troublesome lick. You've got to play straight 16ths with this chromatic pattern. We have this. You're pulling off from 9 to 7. Back up to 9 on the D. Do that twice, and then we have this. Okay, so that's going 9, 8, 7, 8, 9. So it's just a chromatic ascending and descending, or descending and ascending, should I say. And then you're climbing from 9, 10, and 11 with your third fingers. You get. It's that kind of thing. I normally target that C note, make sure that I fall on the beginning of the bar. So that kind of thing. And it's just to make sure that you're really in the pocket when you target that note. Then we have this. That's 11, down to 10 and back up to 11. And then we're playing open A in between the notes as we climb. So you're playing 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So then we slide all the way up to the 17th, and then we play 14 down to 12 on the G. Okay, let's just play through that section in its entirety for you. Now here we're just going between 14 and 12 on the G, so you're getting... So there's little different patterns there he's playing, so you get... He kind of starts to pick up the time a little bit there, where he's picking 12, hammering 14, pulling off, and then re-picking the 12. So you get... Okay, then we repeat that figure again. And there we're just repeating that same pattern, just descending. So that's that 12, 14, 12 and repeat. Then 11, 12, 11. 9, 11, 9. 7, 9, 7. And then we bend a quarter tone on the G string at the 5th fret and then play 7 on the D. So you get this. Then we have this little ascending, little climbing figure. There we're playing 5 on the G to 7 on the D, pulling that 5 a quarter tone, 7 on the G to 7 on the D. Then the blues note, that's 8 on the G, 7 on the D twice. 5 on the top 2 strings, and then little hammer on from 5 on the B up to 8 on the B, and then conclude on that top E at the 5th fret. Okay, so now I'm going to play through the entire second solo for you at a slow tempo. Here we go. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed looking at these 2 solos. They're pretty demanding. I really love the way that you play these straight lines over the swung figure. And once again, it's all about the consistency of the groove and the flow of the lines and the licks in this solo. As usual, please click the link below where you can download the tab for free. And if you don't already, please hit the subscribe button. That's it from me. Look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye for now.